Oh hey, it's you. I haven't seen you since, last video. So, you having fun in the world of Shin Megami Tensei yet? Oh, well, I guess not. Why are you crying? Oh, those guys. Yep, you've just experienced your first round of Atlas difficulty. Remember in that first part when I told you that these games were hard? I wasn't lying. But don't go about burning your Jack Frost plushie yet. I've prepared 20 tips that apply to most of the games in the series to help you. Number 1. In more recent Shin Megami Tensei games, your usage of the press turn battle system is what's going to make or break you. Say, for example, we really wanted to beat the shit out of this Jack Frost. Our first step should be learning what exactly Jack Frost uses for its attacks and what it's weak to. Now, in an ideal scenario, we want a team that nullifies Jack Frost's use of ice while also exploiting his weakness to fire. Now let's see how this battle would play out in a Shin Megami Tensei game. Number 2. Other games in the monster collecting genre have been teaching us for years now that our collected monsters should be our best friends and that we should love them no matter their stats gameplay-wise. This is not the case in Shin Megami Tensei, so if you're wondering to yourself, should I get rid of this demon or not, just remember this helpful phrase. Demons are like condoms. They're useful for a time, but as soon as they're useless, you should just throw them in the trash. Think of your demons as weaponry, not friends. As soon as they start becoming useless, fuse them off for something better. Number 3. This should be your priority list for most SMT games. First, find better demons, then better offensive equipment, then better defensive equipment, and then start grinding for higher stats or a higher level. Remember that your demons are the most important because they make up the majority of your party. While grinding out the human characters may be useful at some points, your demons are going to be the ones doing most of the work. Number 4. Remember, higher weapon accuracy is usually a lot more important than higher weapon power, because if you miss, you waste up 2 of your turns. Number 5. So, you know how in every other RPG ever, buffs and debuffs are useless? Not in Shin Megami Tensei. They make or break boss battles especially. If you get hit by an attack that lowers your defense, you better watch out and be sure to heal, or raise your defense back to what it was before, or else you're probably gonna die. Fast. On the opposite side of the spectrum, lowering the boss's defense while raising your offense can cut the time of boss battles in half. Number 6. So, you know that awkward moment in an RPG where you're fighting a boss and you have kinda low health and you're not sure if he can kill you in one turn or not? Well, in Shin Megami Tensei, he probably can. If you're at about 1/4 of your overall health, you should probably consider healing next turn just to be safe. Number 7. I know I've used this phrase a lot this video, but I'm gonna do it again. So you know how in every other RPG how you have like a shit ton of potions and items that you just never use? Well, in Shin Megami Tensei, items are a bit more useful than the average game. A lot of the attack gems can be used to exploit turns in the press turn battle system, and even if you don't use some items often, you can always use them for demon negotiation. Number 8. Last time, I promise. So you know how in every other RPG, instant death spells are useless? Well, in Shin Megami Tensei, they hit hard and have a high success rate. In SMT, instant death comes in 2 elements, light and dark. If you're going up against an enemy that uses these types of attacks, I'd take it seriously. Number 9. In SMT, better offense is a lot more important than better defense. After all, if you can finish off every random encounter in only 1 turn, then you don't even need to worry about defense. Defense is something that you should worry about for boss battles or random encounters that you can't finish off in 1 or 2 turns. Number 10. While buying better equipment is important, don't feel the need to buy every single piece of it if you don't have the cash on hand. You don't need to grind for every little thing that's new in a shop. In fact, you could probably skip 1 or 2 shops completely throughout the game and still be fine. Remember, demons still take priority over equipment. Number 11. In a random encounter, if you can't defeat all enemies in 1 turn, take it seriously. I know it may seem paranoid, but I cannot tell you the amount of times I was facing a random encounter quite a few levels lower than me, and it ended up sending me to the game over screen. And trust me, when it happens to you, you're gonna be pissed. Number 12. If you're about to die, try using negotiation to end the battle peacefully. People don't seem to talk about this a lot, probably because they never try it because negotiation can be risky, but I know it's saved my ass quite a few times. If you have the exact same demon in your stock as one of the enemy demons, You can negotiate with it to usually end the encounter right away. Number 13. Demon negotiation is risky. If you're going to attempt to recruit a demon, make sure you can survive the hits if it decides to attack you. Number 14. If you know you can't take out the entire encounter in one turn, gang up on one enemy. It's one less attack you're going to have to deal with during the enemy's turn. Number 15. Your main character should be focused on magical attacks or physical attacks, and not both. While some games offer a balanced option, usually it's not worth it. Number 16. In addition, your main character should have high agility, so that your team almost always goes first in encounters. Number 17. Never go into a boss fight expecting to win your first time. Instead, find out what the boss is weak to, and then rebuild a team to exploit that weakness. Number 18. Sometimes you just get unlucky. Maybe the boss critical hit you, or maybe it used its most powerful attack twice in a row. But don't be discouraged by this, just try again, it's not your fault. Number 19. In most Shin Megami Tensei games, it's game over automatically if your main character dies, so protecting them should be your top priority in most battles. Number 20. Take advantage of locations that offer free healing, cause they might not be around forever. Congratulations, now you're the most powerful entity in a nuclear wasteland infested with demons. On the next part, which was actually released first for some reason, even though it's number 4, whatever, we're going to be talking about continuity and timeline of the Shin Megami Tensei series.